Friends, how are you doing? The market is about to open up here, and we are expecting an insane week in the market here. Just talking about Applied Digital here. Really trying to, I got to be honest. Applied Digital may be one of the best stocks I have ever called in my own personal life, let alone on YouTube. The years I've been doing this, but I generally think $40 is not out of the realm here with what's going on. And there's an analyst that just came out here, and he put a hefty price prediction on Applied Digital himself. We'll go over that. But looking at the chart here, Applied Digital. Obviously, just bullet point action here. If you're like, if you're just finding out about Applied Digital, you're like, what is the big deal? I keep hearing about this stock. What is it? What do they do? Why is it so expensive? This is insane. The quarterlies aren't that big to produce this kind of crazy run. What's going on here? Bullet points of what's going on here with Applied Digital. Okay, essentially, this is a company the last 2 years have been coming out with aggressive quarterlies, hit and miss on quarterlies, but still producing big revenue in such a short time frame. Okay, so very interesting there. Now this year alone, they've been getting getting great partnership deals, expanding, literally. I mean, nail to wood, expanding. The stock has been getting a lot of attention. Obviously, we're in this whole AI bubble, and now data centers, network, whatever you want to call it here, are getting a lot of attention, and Applied Digital is just now, it's literally, it's everything is colliding at the right time right now with Applied Digital. The market is hot with AI stocks, anything to do with AI. Applied Digital just came out with the biggest quarterly they've ever produced, completely blowing expectation out. Just like annihilating their quarterly. Second, third, whatever we're at now. The stock is running hot here, and there is now this high demand and shift right now where you're seeing attention go here with AI stocks, and data centers are getting a lot of attention, and they should be. This is what's going on here. So, Applied Digital here, I think this can still go wild. There are plenty of stocks in the stock market that are way overpriced for what they should be. And Applied Digital, we can just throw it in there. Sure, it is. But when you have a company that is releasing quarterlies that are extremely aggressive, and that are growing at a very unbelievable pace, you're going to have things like this happen. Now, with the next quarterly that comes out with Applied Digital here, is this a situation of, are they going to come out with another $60-some million quarterly? Or, even if this next quarterly is just somewhere in 50 million, say it's like a $56-58 million range, that is still killer. That is still like, holy smokes. So these numbers that we're looking at, these just may be here for a season. We may be looking at $30-40 here just for a pickle. This is just what it is. Now looking down here, going to so this is Craig Howlerman, I think I'm saying that right. Howlerman gave Applied Digital stock a buy rating and a price target of $39. So this is kind of an analyst, well-known analyst. He's got a bunch of other calls out there, but he is making this really public, and there's so many articles about this right now. So, to me, even like $39, I don't look at this and go like, oh my God, really? I think Applied Digital here is in this realm right now where it is definitely, it's a hot stock. It's getting into a lot of, just chum in the water where people are trying to snatch it up. Day traders are seeing this as a lively stock that has a lot of volatility on it, and volatility is good when you are trying to day trade something or swing trade. In the next 2 weeks in the market, I don't know if you're aware of what's about to happen this week in the market, but it is the week for quarterlies / rate cut probably on Wednesday. So the market stands a huge chance to really be beautiful this week. Applied Digital here is just a hot commodity in the market right now. And I don't know that it's safe to say that I want to say like, when things run this hot and this high up, I want to say to you, hey, it's going to trickle back down to like 2018. Okay, $20 or $18. I just don't know that that's going to be the case right now. I really don't. I think this might be the opposite conversation, to where yes, 39 is mid. It is minimum of where this thing is going to trickle up, because they're going to be releasing another quarterly here soon enough to where, like I said, if it is in this realm of high 50s, low 60s, once again, holy smokes. I mean, that is, I mean, you're talking, I mean, that's $20 million pump up from their last quarterlies they were producing. So, this is why the stock is just going friggin' bananas right now. And data centers are getting very, very wanted and needed right now by not only the stock market, but customers, like real life other AI companies that are needing data centers right now. I think when you talk about the general consensus of data centers, network, all that kind of stuff, I really do think this is just going to be the norm of the future. The next 10, 15 years, a lot of people will just simply be driving down some roads and they'll look off in the distance and they'll see these huge plant looking things, and like a just like solar panel plant kind of system, whatever it is. Look them up. But they will be data centers. What do you want to say here? Much like people may be driving down some, highways and see some power plants. That's kind of what we're looking at right now with the future of these data centers. They are a growing element that we're going to have with all this infrastructure of software and AI really pouring itself into companies right now. This AI bubble of, it's going to pop conversation, I am so over this conversation. I think it is so dumb at this point, because will there be an AI pop? Sure, of course, something will eventually bust, but it's just gonna bust into something. It's gonna bust into a bunch of other companies. The strongest will survive, and then we'll be focusing on them. Right now, and especially this week, we're about to see some major AI companies produce quarterlies here, and it's not like they're all going to produce bad quarterlies at once to annihilate the market. It's going to take a long trickle of repeated bad quarterlies for the dam to break here. And right now, with all the quarterlies we've had here the past 2 weeks alone, we're not seeing that. I mean, there's some things trickling here and there. Tesla just came out with the hottest quarterly they've ever had, even with lowering sales of their car. Now, obviously, there's some fine detail in those right now, but still, I mean, they are doing well, and the bears are saying, well, they're not going to. We're seeing these AI companies get more deals. Palantir's still getting deals. There's still an aggressive want and fight and need over AI companies, and now data companies are really getting a lot of attention, like Applied Digital. So, I don't know that this conversation of saying like, hey, there's going to be an AI pop, this is not going to last much longer. I don't know that that's the right conversation at this point. I really don't. I mean, the conversation from Tom Lee saying, hey, the S&P 500 is going to be 7,000 points by the end of the year. People went, no way. And now that is just the theme out there. Now the whole market, now all of Wall Street has picked that theme up. And now Tom Lee himself is saying, like, I think that's just the bare minimum. I mean, literally, Tom Lee came out and said, like, Tom, what do you think about the S&P 500 when the market crashed a week ago? What do you think about the S&P 500 closing at 7,000 points by the end of the year? Are you still with that? Don't you feel pretty silly for saying that? And Tom Lee looked right at them in the camera and said, actually, I think that's the minimum. I'm expecting it to do more, because guess what? We've still got this round of quarterlies. Then in January, there's going to be more quarterlies just to kind of round out what's happening here. So technically, I'm expecting a huge in year with S&P 500. So that the market is rallying here still. This is crazy. So that's why when I say $40 for Applied Digital, along with these other investors, these stock pick guys, I think that's just the bare minimum. That's just the bare minimum. I mean, imagine if they keep coming out with these aggressive quarterlies. I imagine it's going to be a little bit of a camel hump here. I imagine that's what they've done in their past history here. But still, nonetheless, I would expect Applied Digital here has found a honey hole, a gold mine, and it keeps getting deeper and deeper. So friends, be excited. This is a very interesting time for a new innovative investment in the market. It really is. It's very unique. I think Applied Digital is something that if you tell somebody about, they go like, data center, you invest in a data, how does a data center make money? They make a lot of money. So I don't know. It's very interesting. This went from a $3-4 stock at the beginning of the year where I was like, rah, 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 to now it's out of control. So yeah, friends, take care of yourself and good luck today in the market, and I will talk to you soon. Bye everyone.